If you have the Microsoft Edge browser available to you on your computer, there is a feature embedded within Microsoft Edge that you can use that will enable you to have website text read back to you, and it's called the Immersive Reader. So right now I am in the Microsoft Edge browser, and I have updated my Microsoft Edge browser to the latest version. So depending on your version, you may see this option, you may not see this option. So it's always important to keep up with updates. But for example, I'm going to come over to a website, and this particular website is very text heavy, meaning there's a lot of text on it, not as many images and videos as you might see on other sites. This being said, depending on how your website is formatted, if Microsoft Edge picks up a very text-rich site, you will see an icon appear in your address bar at the top that looks like this book with a little sound icon on top of it, and this is called the Immersive Reader. So if we click on the Immersive Reader, what it's going to do is it's going to sort of neaten up that website, and it's going to pull up the text for the most part, clean up any ads, and now you have a toolbar here that will allow you to have this text read to you and also has some other features. So in order to have this read to you, all you need to do is go ahead and click on Read Aloud.
Ancient Egyptian mummies for kids. When important men and women, the pharaohs in particular.
So you have some controls up here so that you can pause it while you're in the midst of playing. If you want to forward over to another paragraph and skip a paragraph, you have some options to skip or to go back. You also have some options to change the voice. So right now we are at a normal speed. If you want to slow it down, you could do that, and you also have some options to change the voice. It's not very robotic sounding. It's not very tinny sounding. It actually reads particularly well. Some other features that are available to you in the Immersive Reader you can access by clicking out of the Read Aloud function by clicking this little X over here, and this will bring us back to our original toolbar that we had. And you have some options under here where it says Text Preferences. So if you wanted to make the text on the screen appear a little bit larger, you can do that. You also have the ability to include wider spacing between some of the words. So you can click on that if necessary. And you also have the ability to change the background color. If you find a white or a black too glaring, you can change it to another color. In addition to text preferences, you also have some options under grammar tools. So if you wanted parts of speech to be highlighted, let's say for instance nouns, you can turn this feature on and it will highlight all the nouns in purple. So you have all these different parts of speech that you can turn on or off depending on what your needs are. And the last option over here in Immersive Reader is the reading preferences. So if you want the text to be read back to you but only highlight certain lines at a time, you can turn on line focus. And what that will do is it will only highlight certain segments at a time. Right now it's doing 5 lines, but if I wanted to just focus on one line as the text was being read aloud to me, I could do that as well. So you have 3 different options over here. You also have the option to turn on a picture dictionary, and when that is turned on, any words that are in their picture dictionary, when you move your cursor on them, if your cursor turns into a wand like you see here and you click on the word, it will give you some pictures associated with that particular word. And one of the final features that could be very helpful is the translation feature. So it will translate a web page into a number of different languages. So you can see here the language list keeps growing. So you can click on a particular language and then you can decide if you want it to translate to the entire page, and you can just click that and it will translate it. And then you could press Read Aloud and it would read aloud in that particular language. To exit out of this Immersive Reader function, you're just going to come back up to the address bar where we originally turned it on, and we're just going to click on this icon again, and we're going to exit Immersive Reader. If while you are on Microsoft Edge you arrive at a website which is not formatted so that Edge can pick it up and automatically enter you into Immersive Reader, so you can see here this page does not have that icon in the address bar in order for us to switch over to Immersive Reader, you can still use that function by highlighting the text that you want to be read to you. So let's say, for example, I just want this text to be read to me. I can highlight it, and then if I right-click on that highlighted text, you can see here I have the Read Aloud selection, so I can just click that,
Ancient Egyptian mummies for kids when important men and women.
So I have that ability to use on any site that has text, even if the Immersive Reader function does not appear in the address bar. If you want the full functionality of the whole Immersive Reader experience, you can do the same thing. You can highlight the text, but instead of just reading it aloud, you can click Open in Immersive Reader, and that will again convert it into that page that kind of cleans it up a little bit and also gives you these available options. And again, to get out of Immersive Reader, I'm just going to click on this icon to exit out of it. So those are just a few of the tips that you can use within Microsoft Edge on any website and using Immersive Reader within those particular websites.